important, very, very important is the comfort of your client, okay? In our style of massage, it's very important we connect with our client's breathing. We're gonna be working together. Our style of massage is a partnership-based model of a massage. Thank you so much for coming and checking us out. This is the Raynor massage tutorial. I hope you will get a lot of value from this course because actually there's so much mediocre massage in this world. And I know I've traveled the globe. I've been to 20 different countries and I've had massage in all those different countries. And there's a lot of mediocre massage, some even very deplorable, horrible massage. And even at the deepest, darkest layer of tension, we've got trauma, depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder. All of these things we can alleviate through the Raynor massage. So please, there's a lot of value, a lot of time and effort went into our course. And at the end of it, you're gonna be able to give a highly effective, safe massage, removing all 4 layers of people's tensions. I'm glad I raised the height of the massage table on this one. When you're rocking your client, you want to rock them from their core. Try to find the center of their body. So you're compressing the soft tissue, almost like you're taking the slack out of their bodies. And you want to move them from their center. It's much more comforting to have somebody move from their core. You know? And it's less sloppy. If you're just kind of rocking someone from the exterior, I don't think this has the same benefit. This kind of, to me, feels disconnected, okay? But when you just compress, compress, compress until you find their core, and then you just kind of rock them. It's almost like you're trying to move them from their spine. Now, of course, I'm not actually touching the spine. There's a lot of tissue in between, but I kind of take the slack out of the body. And the way that you can tell you're doing it right is if the whole body is kind of moving with your rocking as opposed to kind of like shaking. It's moving, not a, I don't know how you would define the difference between that. It's just not surface, but center. You want to do it from the center. And even when the client inhales, you still have to kind of come out a little bit to allow room for the breath to come in, but still making contact. Deep breath here, Grace. Now, as you're doing this, you're also going to get some information where the tension might be in their belly. So we can just do a little bit of an assessment, just carefully pressing our fingers down, looking for where the tightness is. You can see she a little bit. You could feel a slight bit of discomfort she experienced there, so that usually lets us know where that tension is. And the safe area to work is above the hips and below the rib cage, so kind of in this area here, right around the navel.
How long warm-up are you going to do before that?
You know, I think what I did there was probably sufficient. Yeah, I'm not doing any deep excavating yet. I'm still kind of doing exploration. So, you know, this is kind of warming in itself. Because I'm doing it slowly and controlled, I'm not really going to aggravate anything. And I'm conscious, I'm looking for the pain signal, right? If I feel, I can be able to see on her expression or how her breath changes, if it's in an area of discomfort for her, if it's an area that maybe she's having some challenges with, some injuries, I'd be able to know by her reaction, right? Because I'm going in slow and controlled with care. I'm super conscious of what she's experiencing. I know they have a special kind of an appendix test that you showed us last week. I don't know if that's necessary 100% to do it exactly as that. I mean, I would be able to feel if there was any problems just by going in slowly. There'd be a lot more tenderness, a lot more pain. The client would be visibly kind of alerted to it. Sometimes emotional tension can feel almost like a sphere, a ball, a stone, a marble. Sometimes they're different sizes. I don't really feel that on Grace right now, but I do feel a lot of the physical side of the tension along the bands. So here, just on either side of the navel, we have the big toe belly band. Just out from that, the front ankle delta band. So if you feel a lot of resistance, if the tension is closer to the surface, that usually means there's some tension on the band, and then you just have to say, okay, well, it's going vertically up and down the body. Which toe does it go to? Then I'd want to excavate the toes, excavate the roots, and maybe come back up before I do some deep excavation in the belly. Or it might be held in the head, because those bands come up to the head and the face as well too. This is the upper little toe band. And then this is the side leg band. So there's kind of 4 bands of tension that run through here. Trace them down to the toes. But this was all kind of first week stuff. We're going to do special techniques today. I want to take the client's hand out, and to do that, there's a chance of having a draping accident. So we have to be very cautious and conscious. So what I'll do is I'll just hold the sheet against their shoulder, and then just gently reach for the hand at the wrist, and then pull her arm out. Okay? If you do it kind of quickly or sloppily, there's a chance the sheet can open too much too quickly, and there's a chance you could expose them. We don't want to do that. And then I can just kind of roll it over a little bit here. So I do feel on Grace, she has this kind of impulse to keep the tension in her body. Normally, if you don't have any tension or you're relaxed, you just will flop over like this. But you can see Grace is holding a lot of tension right now. Just surrender, Grace, there. A little bit more. Okay. Awesome. So we just have to figure out, okay, well, where is that tension? Okay. We can do some manipulating of the arm. I do feel here, it's the inner wristband. Okay. One of the moves we can do is kind of open up the chest. Deep breath. So what I'm doing is I'm using the heel of my hand. This part is making contact below the collarbone, just right here in the top of the pectoral muscle. And I'm kind of pushing, not straight down, but a little bit at an angle, okay? Because I'm trying to stretch that part against the arm going in the opposite direction. Lift up, deep breath, exhale. Now, why is it important to press on the exhale and not the inhale? Who can answer that?
Because, especially when you're pushing down on the chest there, you're struggling to breathe in.
Right, exactly. So when someone's inhaling, their chest cavity is going to rise. So there's an upward force to it, upward momentum. If you're pressing down as they want to breathe in, you're restricting that. You have opposing forces. You're kind of working against your client. We want to work with our client, right? Being conscious and in tune with them. So when they inhale, I'm going to ease off the pressure. When she exhales, then and only then am I going to sink into her chest. I want to work with the natural rhythms of her body. Okay? Find that inner wristband. Okay? Now, if somebody has kind of tightness in their chest, it rolls the shoulders forward like this. And we can experiment, we can test that. So if you guys can just like bring your arm back like this, swing it back. It goes back pretty easily, right?
No.
For the most part. Now, bring your arm forward, squeeze your pectoral muscle. That's going to kind of imitate tightness in your chest, and then try to put your arm back. Doesn't go back so far, does it?
No.
But then you let go. Right? So tightness in the chest rolls the shoulders forward. So one of the things we can do to offset that is just stretch, right? Whatever condition they're in now, do the opposite to fix it. Okay? So I'm going to show some, I'm just going to do the other here. Okay. And just getting your client to surrender. Right? The hand should fall easily. This is a relaxed hand. You notice a difference on the other hand. It was kind of stuck. She hadn't really surrendered yet to us. So we just want to kind of work within her rhythms. And if she needs help surrendering, just a little bit of a rock, a little bit of a shake. Maybe you can do more belly work again. Connecting with the breath. Inhale, exhale. What's the number of the pressure, Grace?
Like
5, okay. So when we're excavating, we want to be between a 7 to a 9 on the brink of their threshold scale. Okay. So how do you can see a little bit, her shoulders are kind of rising up like this, right? Kind of coming forward. So how do we offset this? Well, the first thing we want to do is we want to bring the elbows close to her body. Okay? Lead with the elbows. Now, I can position my hand, the heel of my thumb to the heel of her thumb. Okay? And twist. Before I do that, Grace, I'm just going to ask you to squeeze your shoulder blades together at my fingertips. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, squeeze, squeeze, and relax on them. So she did something a little bit funny. So when she squeezed her, she actually went a little bit forward. So if I could just ask you just lean back and squeeze your shoulder blades together at my fingertips. So squeeze your shoulder blades. Try to push your shoulder blades together from your back, Grace. Okay? So you sound a little bit of difficulty with that. So we're going to help her. Bring the elbows close to the body. Okay? The heel of your thumb. So watch what happens, right? If you're like this, if you roll the arm back, you see what happens to my shoulder? Shoulder's going back, right? So we want to get them to pull their shoulder blades back together and then rest on them. Bring the elbows to the body and then rotate the arm to help it along further. Okay? Full deep breath. And then you can just gently push down on one shoulder. Working with the breath, of course. Okay, we can go to the other side. Okay. Thumb to thumb, elbow tucked close to the body, deep breath. Is that painful at all, Grace?
No, that's okay.
Yeah, let me do all the work. Okay. Now from there, again, always be conscious with the draping, okay? With your clients. Okay. We can do another version of the chi pump this way, okay? But before I do that, I want to make sure I warm her up first. So just be conscious with the draping. Okay, we can even tuck it under the body right here. Slowly and gently. Getting a sense for where the tension is in the elbow. If it draws a nice circle, then you're in good shape. Sometimes if there's a lot of tension, it will resist, so the orbit of the arm is more elliptical. So you just got to be conscious. As you feel it, you'll feel the tight bands press up outwards into your fingers, so you'll be able to know which band it's on. And then you'd look on the charts and see which route it goes to and excavate from there first before you come up like squeezing toothpaste out of a tube. Okay. That's another version of the chi pump. Okay, we don't have to do the stretching of the fingers. We've already done that one. Just a little quick assessment here. Now, another special technique